In today's video, I'm going to show you why a shoe like this is the worst shoe you could wear for lifting.
Get up and get down, get up and get down.
Hey guys, thanks so much for stopping by the YouTube channel. Today is talking all about footwear when lifting. Now, this shoe is a standard running shoe that you'll see in many department stores all across the world. And there are two distinct features that lend this to be a horrible shoe for lifting. Now, let's concentrate on the first one, toe spring. Now, toe spring describes the front part of the shoe that is elevated off the ground a couple degrees. Now, shoe companies first instilled toe spring into shoes that they made with an extremely stiff sole. In order for someone to walk normally, they actually had to create more of a rocker bottom to the shoe. If not, you just clomp around all day long because you couldn't walk with sort of normal ease. Toe spring allows you to look like you're walking normally because your foot just rolls forward. Now, the problem with that when lifting is because it's elevating your toes from the ground, effectively taking your toes out of business. They can't contribute to the squat. You see, if you're squatting or deadlifting or performing a clean, you need your entire foot glued to the ground. This creates a firm foundation for the rest of your body to work optimally. And if your toes are elevated from the ground, part of your foot is not working well. Basically, you're becoming unstable from the ground up. So an essential part of lifting is creating a firm foundation with your foot completely flat. And this does not happen if you're wearing a shoe that is raising your toes from the ground. Now, the second part of this shoe that is not very good is the cushioned heel. Now again, running companies or other shoes around the world that make fashion-forward shoes created a lot of cushion within the heel to help mitigate the stresses of striking your foot on the ground, of heel striking. So by adding a big cushion here, it decreases how much force is going up through the body. The problem with that is that it's basically creating a giant marshmallow on the bottom of your foot when you're trying to lift. Again, you want to create a firm foundation for your foot so that it allows the rest of your body to move as efficiently as possible. But if you have a lot of cushion down here, your foot starts to wobble around. It can never create a good, firm, stable foundation for the rest of your body. So we have two problems with a shoe like this. First, toe spring. It's taking the toes out of doing what they need to do to create a firm foundation for the rest of the body. And B, we have a cushioned heel that again is like standing on a marshmallow. It's not as optimal as possible. You would be better off going completely barefoot than wearing a shoe like this. But we know that some gyms don't allow you to go barefoot. So we have to make better choices. So let's talk about a couple different footwear choices you can make that are a little bit more optimal. We have three different, more barefoot or natural style shoe options here. We have a Zero shoe, we have a Vivo barefoot shoe, and we have the Ursus by Barefoot Athletics. Every single one of these shoes are completely flat, meaning they are zero drop, so there is exactly zero cushion within this heel. So that helps out with the first problem of this shoe. Also, they are completely flat without any toe spring. Again, meaning that your foot can firmly grasp the ground, your toes can do their job when lifting to provide a firm foundation for the rest of your body. Each one of these are excellent choices over the classic running shoe when lifting. One of my favorites is probably going to be the Barefoot Athletics Ursus. This was designed by Chris Duffin to be a shoe more so for the power lifter, for the weightlifter who wants to use a flat sole shoe when lifting. So it's a great choice when it comes to heavy lifting. Even a weightlifting shoe is a better choice for squatting. Now, I'm not a big fan of how narrow almost every weightlifting shoe is on the market, but this does two things that this shoe again does not. First, there's absolutely zero toe spring to this weightlifting shoe. If you find a weightlifting shoe with toe spring, run the other way because it's not an optimal choice again for that shoe because it's not allowing those toes to do what they need to do. The heel is elevated, allowing weightlifters to sink deeper and achieve more optimal positioning with their cleans and snatches. But it's also a very firm foundation. So again, whereas a running shoe with a cushioned heel is providing a unstable foundation by squatting on a marshmallow basically, the weightlifting shoe provides a wedge that is very stiff and hard, so it allows you to squat on something that's going to mimic being on the ground. So again, we have a couple different versions that are going to be better off for your body than a classic running shoe. Again, at the end of the day, guys, we're not trying to create barriers to lifting. If you don't have money for extra shoes, squat, deadlift, lift barefoot. That is going to give you a more firm foundation for your foot and enhance your lifting technique better than any type of running shoe like this. And then if you have the money, you can provide yourself a choice of footwear that's going to be better off for lifting. Leave the running shoes for running, and even then, there's a lot better choices that we can make for running than this, but that's for another video. If you guys have any question about the best shoes for lifting, let me know in the comments section below. And I'm also gonna link some studies in the bottom of this video that go over all the different things about shoes and some better choices that you can make. A lot of this knowledge is something that I learned from Dr. Ray McClanahan of Correctos, if you've listened to my podcast with him before. So there's a lot of knowledge in choosing the best choice of shoe for your goals. Obviously, today's video is solely on lifting and the best shoes for lifting. So if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Until next time, happy squatting.
They say that energy flows where attention goes, so I pay no mind. Why waste my time with all these negative cats scratching? So caught up in their egos, these people have lost.